why you should attempt to get an autopsy if your loved one has passed away and you suspect that medical malpractice was the cause, especially if they passed while in the hospital. Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorney practicing law here in the state of Maryland, and I would like to quickly talk with you today about that question. Why should you go ahead and try to get an autopsy if you suspect that medical malpractice is the cause of your loved one's death? Now, I just shot a video and I talked about, if you're in that position, you're trying to get medical records after your loved one has passed in the hospital, and the hospital has given you a hard time on that. I just shot a video and I talked about that, how you could go and get letters of administration set up in a state to go ahead and be able to do that. So that's one quick little sidetrack that I want to take in this video, because that is also important. But let's take it back around and let's go back to, why is an autopsy important? Well, in some cases, an autopsy can help you with an important element when you are trying to prove these types of cases in Maryland. Because see, essentially they break down as negligence cases, and for negligence in general, you're looking at duty, breach of duty, causation, and damages. And so the autopsy can help with that third element, which is causation. So when you have an autopsy done, a pathologist will take a look at everything, and that pathologist may be able to break down the specific cause, what caused your loved one to pass away. And if you don't have an autopsy, in a lot of instances, you could be guessing as to, all right, what was the cause? Of course, you have death certificates, and you may have something on the death certificate, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, in other words, the death certificate may not shine a complete light on the entire picture for your loved one. So if you are in a situation, and you are looking at this, your loved one has passed away, and you are wondering, should you get an autopsy, especially if you're thinking about contacting a medical malpractice attorney down the line, you may want to go ahead and get an autopsy. Now, I want to also warn you that the hospital in and of themselves, they may not perform an autopsy. The state government may not come in and perform an autopsy. There are very specific factors that have to be taken into consideration before an autopsy is mandatory. And if your loved one's situation does not meet those factors, then it will not happen. So you got to be ready. In some cases, you may have to pay for a private autopsy to be done. You can get online, you can search for pathologists who will do autopsies for you. They generally, they'll cost maybe a couple of $1,000s to get it done. But if you are specifically thinking about, maybe in the future, talking to a medical malpractice attorney, or even just for you and your family, for your state of mind, for some closure on the issue, an autopsy may not be a bad way to go, especially if everyone has questions. All right, why have I taken the time today to talk with you about this really important information? Because I'm giving you insight into this medical malpractice process in Maryland. I'm helping you to understand, some of the things that an attorney who does these types of cases, some of the things that they're going to be looking at. And causation is a very important factor that has to be taken into consideration and has to be explained when you are looking to bring these types of cases. So I'm giving you insight into some of these important and critical issues. If you have more questions and you would like to speak with me further about your loved one's death, this is what I invite you to do. And remember, taking this next action costs you absolutely nothing. And what is that action? Pick up the phone and give me a call. I can be reached at 301-850-4832, or if you prefer, send me an email to medicalinjury@bostonlawllc.com. I answer Maryland medical malpractice and childbirth injury questions just like yours all the time, and I'll be happy to take some time and listen to your story. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice and wrongful death attorneys here at Boston Law Group, LLC. practicing law in the state of Maryland. And we will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.